significance. But then, because we do not have the time to analyze each story or allow you speak on each story, we pick two stories that we believe are of great importance and then build more conversations on the selected stories. Well, we have two stories for you this morning on mainland focus, one of which was reported on the front page of the Guardian newspaper. NAIRA drops to a new all-time low on the black market and trades at 1,730 naira to a dollar. The second story for conversation this morning happens to be the Forex crisis and the 2024 budget, which is now suffering major dislocations. The Guardian newspaper this morning did report that the naira and the dollar, or the naira is now trading to the dollar on the black market, is about 1,730 naira, a fall that is as high as 8.13%. This is from the 1,600 that was recorded on the 16th of February, although on the official market, naira is trading to the dollar at $1,498.25, and that was February 15, and I think it's maintaining that range even as at this time, but it's a free fall on the unofficial market. So for that particular conversation, we're asking you the following questions. What is the way out of the free fall of the naira against the dollar? How well is the government attending to the issue? Does the government even need any help at this stage? Do they need to admit at this point that they need help? Don't forget that the president, following the assumption of his administration, decided to put out a policy that unifies the black market or the parallel market and the official market. He thought that there was no need operating with two different markets, and so let's unify and use one. But even since that policy, we have continued to see a widening margin between the figures on the parallel market and the figures on the unofficial market. Now, regarding the second story about the Forex crisis and the effects that is now having on the 2024 budget, don't forget that the budget for 2024 was about 28 trillion naira. Initially, it was 27.5 trillion as estimated by the president, but the Senate thought about some of the current realities of the country and made an addition that summed it up to about 28.7 trillion naira. Don't forget that the official exchange rate benchmark as at the time was 800 naira to a dollar, but now we've seen an almost 50% increase from the projected 800 naira to a dollar. We've seen a lot of projections that have gone up at this time, and we've seen a lot of dislocations that these figures have caused to the budget, and now we might see a deficit that is as high as 20 trillion. I want you to bear in mind that the total budget is 28 trillion naira as a round figure, and now the deficit might go up to as high as 20 trillion naira. So indications are we might be unable to even fund the budget at this time because of the Forex crisis. The interesting part of all of this is that there's been a lot of analysis that despite the fact that there would be dislocations to the budget, according to this report, we have experts who are now saying it's not, and also some of the taxes that we're going to collect from our foreign investors. Since we're going to get this revenue in dollar, once we convert it to naira, it will shore up our revenue. This crisis, in a way, would benefit how much revenue we're able to get, even if it's going to cause a problem for us to even fund the budget. I'm going to get Fuad's perspective on that particular position of the analyst. But then the question that we are asking you is, how bad is our standing as far as the 2024 budget, and how can we address the problem of the budget deficit? Fuad, welcome back. Thank you for joining us. Did you get what I said about the position of analysts regarding the Forex crisis and the effect on our budget?
That when we collect dollar, we change the naira.
Yes, we would have more money. Yeah.
So when we now make the more money, what will be the cost of the things we're going to use the money to do?
I don't know that one.
I know the thing is this. You know, what ordinarily we are supposed to do from what you make from sale of crude, for example, to begin to build the excess reserve. You are supposed to build your reserve.
Yeah.
And begin to find a way to defend your currency. You know, so again, it's not that when you make all of these dollars, again, you're converting everything to naira and all of that. Because again, at the end of the day, even if you have more naira to make from the dollar earning, what are you going to buy with it? The things you are supposed to buy to have also gone up. So you are not even making anything really. I think the focus should be that, look, the dollar benchmark for the budget is already showing that we may be having about 20 trillion deficit. So funding the budget is going to be a problem. Because that narrative is just trying to deflect on the real issue. The issue is that, look, there was a benchmark for the budget, which is I think about 800
naira to dollar, yeah.
So if we're already running at over 1,000 naira, about 1,004, it means that, look, the budget deficit of our 9 trillion that we're projecting for will be running to about 20 trillion. And so it means that we're going to run into trouble funding that budget, serious trouble. But you know the thing about budget deficit is this, and say, borrow, beg, or steal. The politicians will still take care of themselves, even there's no money. So capital expenditure will now suffer, if you understand what I'm saying.
Yes.
But what they are going to do is that the little they are able to make, maybe even from supplementary budget, will be more for recurrent expenditure. So a lot of the capital projects, capital expenditure projected for that budget will not see the light of the day. Nothing will happen to them. More of the capital projects will suffer because the recurrent expenditure will be taken care of. The politicians will take care of themselves to pay their salaries, emoluments, allowances, and all of the reckless spending that we've always had in the budget. So it is what it is, and I think we should be careful to begin to now try to deflect on what the problem is. And then on the issue of the dollar, I'm sorry, experts have profiled a lot of solutions. I just think that, look, we went into that policy without thinking it through. And if you see, there's a trending video stage of the late 𝐿_𝐴𝐵𝑖𝑜𝑙A, proud to the 1993 presidential election, where he was talking about the fact that, look, the best surgeon in Norway may not have seen malaria. And so you just bring that person, he begins to profile solutions to your problem. You are on your way to death. All of this, these things about unifying the currency or subsidy removal, they are all prescriptions for IMF and World Bank. But the question is this: do they only understand our own structure?
Right.
All of their policies are different to our own local peculiarity. So we begin to apply those prescriptions to our problems. You understand what I'm saying? Because again, look, when you want to go into policies like that, you have to check and recheck. And then plan. It requires a lot of planning, a lot of research, understanding that, look, people that are benefiting from what you think is a problem will not lay lying low. They will always want to fight back. So what are your measures to fight back? But I think the government was just too much in the hurry. Some of these policies were even announced before the government was able to put the cabinet together. It think tank together. And people are already even questioning the capacity of the cabinet. Like Mr. Curtis was telling us that, look, it's like we bought Ankara, we call it lace. That, look, the fabric we actually bought is Ankara, they just sold lace to us. Or you bought fufu, you are calling it semo. Something has to be done, I'm sorry. On the very serious note, we cannot be free fall. We are heading for a serious crisis, serious economic crisis that will lead to bigger crisis that we will not be able to manage. How can we be doing 1,750 days in less than a year of this government? And then people will come and give excuses now. And then we think the problem is that people are ordering food or there are some good. Look, the reality is that, look, before this government took over, the impression that was given was that they understand what the problem was and they have solutions to it. Where are the solutions now? It's a free fall, completely free fall we have here. We got to help us, we'll see.
May God help us indeed. That's just the best way to conclude on the analysis, to be honest. But then you've heard from Fuad. We want to hear from you now. 2 stories for conversation this morning on Mainland Focus. On Mainland 98.3 FM, Naira drops to an all-time low. The question: what is the way out of this free fall of the Naira against the dollar? 1,730 Naira on the parallel market, 1,498 Naira at the official rate. What is the way out of this free fall? How well is the government attending to the issue? Also, is it about time for the government to admit that they need help? And with regards to the Forex crisis, we got a report on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper that the budget is now being affected by the Forex crisis. 28 trillion Naira projected for 2024 with a deficit of 9 trillion Naira. But with what we're seeing right now, the free fall of the Naira against the dollar, we might shore up our deficit to as high as 20 trillion Naira. naira. And just like Fuad have said, this will have a lot of impact on our capital expenditure. Regarding that particular issue, how bad is our standing as far as the 2024 budget is concerned? And more importantly, how can we address the problem of this budget deficit? 0913-6000-410 is the studio line. That's how you call us directly on WhatsApp, and also via text message. You can reach us via the number 0913-6000-430. Don't forget that we're streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube as well. Mainland 98.3 FM is how you find us on both streaming platforms. On X is at Mainland FM. And before I take the first phone call, I did promise that I was going to take the backlog of messages we got whilst we were reviewing the papers. So please allow me to fulfill that promise I made. Now, Francis Edeniere on Facebook said that, Fuad side, God bless you. You've spoken the mind of so many Nigerians. There is no plans for this government at all, especially when he removes subsidy. Prince Alunge says, I greet you this morning, Sage and Fuad. Fuad has spoken well. We don't necessarily have a serious government. Imagine cement producers are giving baseless excuses. They know exactly what they're doing. Olalikon says, the naira is weak to the currency of other countries which borders the northern Nigerian state. They have found a way to buy the Nigerian farm produce, which is now more affordable for them. Everyone wants a good price and every seller wants quick cash. Those are the messages that we got doing trends in the papers. And now let's go back to the phone. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, how are you?
Very well, thank you, sir. Pastor Ambrose.
Good morning, yes, Sage. In fact, we thank God for another. It's really fair budget. Because everything has virtually turned upside down, and you blame the government for it. Sage, this question I keep on asking. The president told us he's prepared for the job. He told us he will hit the ground running. He told us the poor must breathe. He told us that, we should be patient. Fuel subsidy is gone. But if you are prepared for a job, there must be an antidote. What we are seeing now is like somebody who just wanted to become the president of his country because he said it has been his lifelong ambition. What do we do now? We have been suggesting, but the president does not have the wherewithal to take those decisions. He should ban dollar completely in this country. After all, as I was talking yesterday, Okoro told me that it has been banned even in Egypt. If you go to Ʌᴏ Republic today, they say the economy is improving. These things are doable. Let us ban the use of dollar. How the people have changed their currencies to dollars. By the time they ban it in this country, let us see how they will use it, whether the dollar will not crash. Things are not funny at all. And the people that you are talking about, they will begin to increase and what do they call this budget reapplying? Is this a reappropriation or
the supplementary budget?
While you are here, might be no job. What the hell? Supplementary. They will continue to supplement, and they may supplement the budget 10 times this year because everything has gone haywire. Is it not in the care of government to do all of these things?
Pastor Ambrose,
so for me, yes, for me, please, Governor Tinubu, go and
President.
Thank you.
Thank you, Pastor Ambrose, for calling. We appreciate you. 0913-6000-410 is the phone line. You can reach us via WhatsApp as well. 0913-6000-430. Keep the messages coming in on Facebook and YouTube at Mainland 98.3 FM. Let's go back to taking more phone calls.
Hello. Good morning.
Yes, good morning to you, Mr. Peter.
Good morning. My name is Tunde from
Akwonjo. Okay.
Mr. Fuad, you have already said it all. And my pastor have already said it all. I don't know the way the president wanted to do it all. And then I challenge all the economy experts now. We need to come together and settle this matter once and for all. The first scholar said something with like $1. $1. Don't go to have opportunity to work in bank. They need to do something about dollar. What happened to our naira? Our naira is not good anymore. Everybody is studying dollar. Customer will come, they want to acquire dollar and keep it for us. What's the meaning of that one? We are tired of all this. I tell you something, Mr. Fuad. You already said you. Nothing APC can offer. 2027, I can't wait for that to put them out. Enough is enough. People are suffering. What are we talking about? All of us here, we don't understand ourselves too much. Everybody is relying on loan now. Me and my wife 5 years later, anymore. He's telling me that he will bought it. I said, go and bought it. I will show you what. I can't lie with you. I'm tired of the way things are going on. I'm tired of it. And now he said that when you're going to come to power, your promise even now, we will call you to come on radio program to interview you. Everybody said that he's one that can do it. He cannot do anything. So the guy said something. He's like, so much need to pay. I'm tired of him. You should leave us.
Thank you very much. We understand the agitation. We appreciate you for your phone call, but please, let's be considerate. We are on a live radio. But thank you so very much for calling. We appreciate you. Let's take other phone calls. Hello. Hello. All right. Please try to make it back if that was you. Hello. Good morning to you. Hello. All right. Maybe just send us a text message while we try to figure out what's going on with the phone lines. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
I'm hearing you.
I can hear you now. Good morning.
Good morning. I'm Ekena calling from Apapa.
All right. Please go ahead, sir.
Okay.
Turn down the volume on your radio. I need you to turn down your radio, please.
Okay.
All right. Please, when you call, turn down the volume on your radio. All right.
Okay. It's okay now.
Yes, it's perfect.
First of all, the issue of dollar is what I want to talk about, because the matter, the demand in dollar in our country is too much. I could remember when my mommy went for surgery in India. We took dollar from this place going to the hospital. They said they are not going to accept dollar. We are like, please, can't you now change, to calculate the thing, so we give you the dollar? They say no, they cannot. They don't accept dollar in there. We can only go to exchange place and do it. You see, making it that dollar doesn't have any value in their place, and that makes them, there are people in that, the people in the country, they don't need it. They don't use it. So the problem here is that both people that have something to do with dollar and people that don't have something to do with dollar are scrambling for that. That's why things are going like this. It's very bad. And I said that mistake Nigerian will make in their life is APC to continue this government. They are total failure.
Okay. And thank you very much for your submission. We've gotten a few messages on Facebook. We have here Ibilade Ambo, who says, before petrol subsidy removal, what we had was a generator-driven economy. Not that anything has changed in that regards, because power generation, transmission, and distribution is still abysmal. Whether we like it or not, hydrocarbon still remains the lifeblood of the Nigeria economy. As long as the issues around public power are not properly addressed, what is the price of diesel today? Do you think business owners can thrive on the present price of premium motor spirit without adding the cost of powering their business on goods and services? This is the crux of the matter. The removal of subsidy on petrol in a generator-driven economy is akin to economic suicide. Fix the power sector. That should be the requisite, but they prefer running from pillar to post. Thank you very much, Ibilade Ambo. Prince Leo Ozoma, still on Facebook, says, good morning, Sage and Fuad. As always, you guys are my morning tonic, and I pray for more blessing on you guys. Thank you very much, Prince Leo. Now, on the focus this morning, I may not be wrong entirely by stating that if our politicians release the dollars in their kitty, Nigerian Naira will breathe. After all, politicians during their political party primaries, dollar was their source of money for distribution to delegates, but will they bring it out? Again, the CBN should seek professional advice on what to do about this free fall of the Naira, which is becoming embarrassing and is stifling the economy. Let us start from the point I have listed. Leo Ozoma from Isolo, Lagos, we appreciate you. We have another message here from Ibilade Ambo, who says, from the look of things, Nigeria has gotten to a stage where prudent use of what Nigeria is making from the sale of crude oil is needed. In other words, this is not the time for frivolous spending by government officials. Thank you very much for your message on Facebook. We appreciate you. We're live on Facebook and YouTube at Mainland 98.3 FM. Let's take this phone call. Hello. All right, please try to make it back if you can. Hello, good morning to you. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning to you, sir. Your name, where you're calling from?
My name is Mr. Friday. I'm calling from Yaba.
All right.
I want to remind Oga Fawad something. Oga Fawad. Hello.
Oh, I think we disconnected with him. Go ahead. We'll get him back on the line right after the call.
Okay, I want to remind him about an issue that the High Court in Abuja asked the Attorney General to dig up the case of Delegiwa. I don't know if you remember that case.
Please continue, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, what I'm saying is this, and now this present government is digging into the case of Delegiwa. What I'm saying is that I'm not proposing for a military government, but something else might happen the way this government is going, because they want to dig up a case that has already died long ago. And once you go into that, something else might happen. And anything can happen because they might take advantage of the problem that is going on in this country. That is just my take for this morning.
All right. Thank you very much for your call. We appreciate you. 0913 0913 410. All right. I would like to highlight that we should please focus on the stories that we have highlighted for conversation this morning. All right. I understand that a lot of you are trying to be very circumspect in your analysis, and you're trying so hard to tell a story without necessarily telling the story, and you understand what I'm saying. But then we cannot encourage a coup. We cannot encourage a military incursion in any capacity. So please do the best you can to stay on the focus. The stories are very simple. This is not necessarily us trying to do some sort of appraisal of the governments. That's not what we're doing this morning. We're speaking about the Naira dropping to an all-time low of 1,713 Naira on the parallel market, and also the Forex crisis and the effects that it has on the budget. The question we're asking you really is, what are the solutions that we can prefer? Do you think that maybe it is high time the presidency starts to ask for help and admits that they really do not know how to handle the consequences of some of the economic decisions that they have made since the administration decided to, or since the administration took over power? So please stick to the stories that we have given to you. 0913 6000 410. WhatsApp and text messages 0913 6000 430. Let's go back to taking phone calls. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, morning to you. Please turn down the volume on your radio. Thank you.
Are you okay now?
Yes, go ahead, please.
Yes, I'm Pastor Badamasi from Surulere.
Yes.
The dollar to Naira parity. You see that the dollar has high value to the Naira, because the Naira is having less value to the dollar. Now, we have very low productivity rate in the country. The country is not efficient enough. All over Europe, individuals stock dollars at home. If they would, like say in Greece, they would change their drachma to dollar. Anytime they have a lot of drachma, they change it to dollar, because dollar is stable. And if you want to import from anywhere, they say $13 because they believe dollar is stable. The dollar matter is not the question. The question is our rate of productivity. We are not producing. We are not doing anything. And the quagmire, the dilemma facing the government is, it's not by magic or manipulation or whatever. The problem facing the government is that how do we now? We are not productive. We are not really. Our GNP is very, very low. What do? We are just buying and selling. We are just buying and selling. We should be able to do something, produce something, but it's not coming. We have saboteurs. People hoarding food, people hoarding that. They hoard money, they hoard food, they hoard. So these are the problems facing the government. I don't blame the government at all. But for taking up the job, I give kudos to President Tinubu, because it's a very bad situation in the country. People are not sincere. We are not productive. We are not doing anything. Yeah.
Hello?
Yes, the government. We should blame ourselves. Because we are just buying and selling.
Thank you very much for calling. Have a nice day. Hello.
Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning to you.
How are you?
Very well, thank you.
Okay, my name is Wale, calling you from Idumota, Lagos Island. See, this morning about the NAIRA. Mr. Prayer to do something about it. The problem we are facing, I'm telling you, majority of us know the problem and the way they solve it is very, very easy. Let Mr. Prayer go back to as it is before. Floating of NAIRA cause of the problem we are facing today. We must say this. Let Mr. President, I think it's a listed president. At a take a decision where we complain, people complain, now, I want Mr. President to do the same thing. Floating of NAIRA cause the major problem we are facing today. Because even those majority of goods, they were waiting for the next day. How much the dollar to how much NAIRA to dollar? Even some people refuse to say it. And what I want to say, there's $50 is the value of NAIRA. If need be, sometimes we follow the NAIRA. If we see them know they try all the things they can do, the fact back to as it is before, the fact back to $4. Everything is settled. After this, people are saying we are hungry, that protest in Ibadan. But it is the problem of this NAIRA. We go to market, go to buy pepper, go to buy rice, especially rice, go to 70, 80. Why can they play for special order by Mr. President as the governor? Let's feed ourselves first. After this, you now pump a lot of money into agriculture. We can feed ourselves. We have the green land, but the governor, what are they doing? Southwestern governor, what are they doing? They must do something about the ugly people and the NAIRA we are talking about. Mr. President must reflect back. It will help him and help Nigeria. This is what I'm saying this morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning to you, Prince Wise. Thank you very much for calling. Hello, good morning.
Okay, Engineer Nee from Yaba. Thank
Welcome,
you.
Engineer Nee. Go ahead, please.
You see, floating of NAIRA once the rocket science in making our refinery work and optimizing our other natural resources for export, to have a strong balance of payment that will release pressure from NAIRA. People, you know our people, they will say, I want to import spare parts and all that. There is no focus on SMA. SMA are dead. Knowledge of government, there is a total failure in that area. Because you have to know the mindset and of the system you are governing, even the country. And also, all the natural resources we are having, they are not optimized for us to have export, to have strong balance of payment, to have more foreign currency down what we should have, to make the NAIRA to be strong. And they are also agreeing with the cement manufacturers yesterday to be selling at the rate of 8,000 naira. It's not good. It shouldn't be. When you want to govern or find a way of getting export for us, people must do business. They said they are holding dollars. Whose dollar are they holding? If it's not government, it's people in the government that are doing so, and it is their money. It is the government that can find a way of having strong economic system for Nigeria to have a balance of payment. Any other thing can be that they don't know what they are doing, and that is the solution I'm offering.
Thank you very much.
Let that energy to produce. NEPA should work.
Thank you very much for your call. We appreciate you. Let's try to stick to the 2 minutes allotted. I don't enjoy interrupting or cutting people off because I know you have so much to say. But please, let's WhatsApp as soon as I'm done reading the messages on Facebook. Ralphie AGK says, please call the WhatsApp number slowly. Thank you. Okay, I'll do that. James Ogona says, Sage and Distinguished Fᴜʟᴏ, I greet you fundamentally. Mr. Fᴜʟᴏ, do you remember last week I was telling you that the dollar was selling for 1,615 naira in a fintech company that I used, and that was on Thursday, 2 days later on Saturday, I went and it was up to 1,665. That's a 15 naira difference. Let me not lie to you. I had to convert the small money I had to get it. I have been patriotic enough waiting for it to fall. I my money to dollars. What do you think my prayer would be concerning the dollar? Sage, I won't lie to you. We cannot blame those who are now saving their money in dollars because inflation will devalue the small money that they have. Let us ban the use of dollar completely and begin to produce locally. This is James Ogbonna on Facebook. Sean Johnson on Facebook as well says, our only hope right now is for us to start thinking of long-term policies that would help the country to grow. We have a lot of natural resources. Why can't we focus on these resources? The corruption in these sectors need to be looked into and managed well. If we close our economy for some time and focus on production, manufacturing and extraction, as well as fight insecurity to zero and ground level, then we can have the strength in comparative advantage when we finally decide to open up our economy. Arresting BDCs and pumping dollar into the economy will not solve the problem. Instead, it would worsen it. We have a message from the world on Facebook. Okay, the first step the president needs to take is to reverse the hasty policies he implemented. He would have put some shock absorbers in place before implementing these policies gradually. A lot of industries are going down and a lot of workers have lost their jobs. Even the ones that are still active have reduced the quality of their products. Until we diversify the economy and fight corruption, Nigeria will not grow. Thank you very much for your messages on Facebook. Please keep them coming in. As for the numbers, if you want to call, the number to dial is 0913 600410. That's 0913 600410. That's how you call. For WhatsApp and text message, that's 0913 600430. 0913 600430. That's for WhatsApp or text messages. And on Facebook and YouTube, it's Mainland 98.3 FM. I'll take 3 more phone calls and then we go to WhatsApp for more contributions. Hello, good morning to you. It's Mainland FM.
Hey, Madam Sweet.
Good morning to you, sir. Please introduce yourself.
Good morning. Welcome.
All right, welcome. How are you doing today? Go ahead.
I'm doing well. When I started, when NEPA didn't do anything. NEPA failed to give us light, yet rain has given us water. So at least the temperature has come down small.
It's a win-win.
At least, yes. Are you not happy?
Yeah, I'm happy now. The heat will reduce.
Mr. Fuad,
I didn't hear you.
Monson.
Good morning.
Yes, God has put shame to NEPA.
Yeah, well, very so.
See, let's be frank here. The dollar thing will never be solved. If these people continue to play to the gallery, they know where the problem is. Most of the dollars we are talking about is in their own pocket. Yes, now, an average politician in Nigeria is filing dollars for the next move that they will make. I'm telling you, let election come and you see how they will start bringing it out. And the dollar is the easiest way to hoard money. Mutafa, you remember one other person that hid a dollar in his house in Kaduna, in his village house?
Yes, of course.
Yes.
He saves himself.
So, and it's not only that one, that's how they do all of them. If you go to the toilet, you go to everywhere, all these things are there. So they should go and bring it from. They know where the dollar is. They should stop disturbing the common man. They know where they put the dollar. It's those same people talking. They are the people who are holding the dollar. Even their lifestyle is affecting the dollar. The cars, the budget for, they drive all the imported cars in this world. So they should not tell me about dollar. The dollar is coming from them. The scarcity is coming from them. They should not tell me another thing. That's all I know. Until they take a stand to bring back the dollar, nothing will happen. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Mr. Kangelina. Thank you. Hello.
Good morning.
Yes, morning to you, sir.
Bad news from Senator. I do look at with me.
Welcome. Go ahead, sir.
So far, I've never seen a country selling money like this Buka, the way they call it, pound sterling, $100 and so on, at the roadside. Why do we allow these people to be selling dollar, the dollar that is not available in the town? Where is it a businessman? Is there no law to stop these excesses? It is too terrible for Nigeria. I don't know what kind of country is this. God has blessed us with all sorts of minerals, land, everything. There are some countries that have oil, but they don't have arable land. We have everything, including minerals, yet we have bad management. So this is terrible. How long can we live? Then why do we go to the dollar? We are not liberated by America. We are liberated by British. Why do we go to the America? Why must we look at the put on the money here? It's now overshadowing our money. It's about 140,000, 142 million something. We have to pay 140,000 to pay 100,000 from put on here. This is terrible. If you think of their children unborn, if you think of their those who did not hold or who they are born, the day two they will go, they will die.
Okay, that's enough. Come on. That's too extreme. Again, we can acknowledge the pain that you're in and how uncomfortable these situations are, but we don't get to the point where we start to, wish certain things on each other. Thank you very much for calling. We appreciate you. I think that at this point we should take a brief pause on phone calls and maybe take a few contributions that we've gotten via the WhatsApp platform. There's a message here that says, "Good morning, crew. The only problem the country is having today is in three parts. Number one is the political parties that we vote into power. Just push away these parties away from power and things will begin to normalize." Mayor from 𝐴𝐾𝐈𝐍𝐾, and that was me trying very hard to summarize or should I say, let's just move on. All right. Thank you very much. We have, who is surprised about the tumbling of the Naira and the entire economy? We are on the wrong train, just carrying us nowhere than a very dark wilderness. Atiku have said what most people who know the truth has always said. It's obvious that the government came without a clear-cut direction on how to carry Nigeria to the right direction. So every analyst, including Atiku, was on point. The government simply overtrusted their machine and missed the point. We have nosedived totally. Steve from Ijanikin. Thank you very much, Steve, for your message. Sam from Magodo on WhatsApp also says, "Good morning, I'm Sam from Magodo. The government is not rolling out good policies that would salvage the current situation in the country. There are difference between being a good politician and a heavyweight in the political scene, as well as the difference between being a president or a leader. The president does not have leadership skills, and it's quite obvious. 6 months is enough to show a good leadership attribute. The president is not leading Nigerians in the right direction, and it's time for him to swallow his pride and seek good counsel to move the country forward, or he resigns in good faith instead of keep punishing millions of Nigerians." Sam, thank you for your message. Odugbeson Kayode from Jakonde Estate Solo, also on WhatsApp, says, "It's the people with awoof money that are mopping up the dollars. The governors and politicians with stolen money sees the dollar as the only way to keep their stolen funds because it's easier to keep at home. They cannot keep the Naira in their various personal accounts. The physical dollar should be banned. Let us operate dollar accounts only." Let me take one more message before we now go back to the phone lines. Hello, Mainland FM. Until we start to stop listening to these international organizations, we will continue to wallow in penury. Imagine the IMF still telling us about inflation when they are the ones that told us to implement policies that put us here. Until we diversify, ban the dollar, like the pastor said, start to produce and utilize the natural resources that we have, as well as encourage tourism, fight insecurity to the last by eradicating these terrorists with no mercy, work on power, transportation, etc., we will remain where we are. This is a message from Sean. You're still listening to Mainland Focus on Mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. We have two stories for conversation this morning on the show. We're talking about the Naira dropping to an all-time low, a report that is captured on the front page of the Guardian newspaper. The Guardian newspaper this morning reported that on the black market, markets, now the Naira is now trading at 1,730 Naira to $1. And we've asked you a simple question or questions. What is the way out from this free fall of the Naira against the dollar? How well is the government attending to the issue? Does the government need help at this stage? We also told you about the Forex crisis and the effect it's going to have on the 2024 budget, which is now suffering major dislocation. The Vanguard newspaper did tell us that we might see a budget deficit of as high as 20 trillion Naira. Remember, the benchmark for the exchange rate was 800 Naira to $1, and right now we're operating at more than 50% of the projected amount, which is now about 1,489 Naira to $1 on the official market. And the question is quite simple. How bad is our standing as far as the 2024 budget is concerned? And how can we address the problem of the budget deficit? So it's more like cause and effect. What do you think is responsible? Should the presidency start asking for help, and how can we fix these problems? 0913-6000-410 is the phone line for WhatsApp and text message. 0913-6000-430. Facebook and YouTube, we're streaming the show live, so join us via social media at Mainland 98.3 FM. Hello and good morning to you.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning to you, sir. Please tell us your name.
Okay, my name is 𝐌𝐀𝐈𝐍𝐋𝐀𝐍𝐃 Johnson. I'm calling from your father.
Your name is what, sir? I'm sorry.
My name is 𝐌𝐀𝐈𝐍𝐿 Johnson.
All right.
Johnson.
All right. Go ahead, sir.
Mr. Fuad, good morning, sir.
Morning, sir. Morning.
Thank you for the good job. I really enjoyed yesterday, analyst. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
At least each time I hear from you, at least I still have hope in Nigeria. To be honest. And this is what I want to say this morning. I'm sure that you and I believe that, Mr. Fuad, that these guys, these are our politicians, our leaders, they know exactly what to do. They are intelligent, they know what to do. And all this whole thing is a deliberate act. Nobody would tell me that these guys don't know what to do. They know what to do. And they are
So the deliberate act is to achieve what? What do you think they intend to achieve with this?
Personal interest, do they care? Okay, it is not personal interest. What else? So how come they're not, people are crying every day, people are dying every day, people are talking about hunger, people are crying out, and they seem not to even listen, pay attention to it. Instead, they are blocking warehouses, chasing shadows, instead of chasing the rating. Just like what you said yesterday. We are talking about food, it's expensive, purchasing power is not there. Somebody is talking about people hoarding food. Is that the solution to the economy and the kind of people? This is like they know what they want to do. They know what they want to achieve. They know all the things. If they are not personal interest, they know that they should know that chasing shadow, busting warehouses is not the solution to the economy of this nation. And there's hunger in the land. Somebody insecurity. Everything is happening. And somebody is sitting and telling me that is people hoarding food that's making food expensive. How is that possible?
Thank you for calling.
These guys went to school. These guys are going to school. The same school you went to. You understand the same thing you understand. How come then they get there, they do something else? They look the other way around and start chasing shadows. I think they don't know what to do.
Thank you for calling, sir. We appreciate you.
They know what to do. And they are doing it deliberately. Thank you.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, John from Mobile.
Welcome.
Hey, Mr. John. Good morning. Good morning, Mr. Good morning. Yes, sir. I would believe that just like the last time, we know exactly what to do. We don't want to do it. Why is it that Ajakuta is not working right? They have been saying it to work. Why is Ajakuta not working? Because you said we need balance of trade, that our balance of trade against the dollar should be equal. If we are producing, at least we have something in exchange for the dollars, and we are not going to also end forex so that we can end forex. Why are why are they not working? The other time, they said they knew the people that has been stealing our collective party, our natural resources.
and that they will use kinetic and non-kinetic means to locate them. So you can see beautiful grammar, rhetoric. So you can see stupid. I don't know. They know exactly what to do. They don't want to do it because of corruption. Honestly, our problem is not far-fetched. It's because of corruption. That's why we are here. And I can tell you, if we don't keep corruption will kill us. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you very much for calling, Mr. John. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning. This is Mr. Gonson from Ojo.
Please, sir, I'm going to need you to speak up so we can hear you.
Okay, this is Mr. Gonson from Ojo.
All right. Go ahead, sir.
Mr. Ford, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, sir. About the dollar, we all said it all. The dollar, the politicians, they know where they keep the dollar. They should bring it out so that we can have
liquidity in the system. Mm-hmm.
Yes, they should bring it out. Mr. Ford, please, I just want to ask you, Mr. Professor Kubuku, please. I don't know anything about it because I'm a good listener from this our radio station. So I think like the one that we heard from him. And exactly. And the man also on transit.
No, he called. I think he called last week. Damilola.
Yeah, exactly.
He called last week. I think that's right.
All right. Please, if it is what check on Professor Bobo. We need these people. Yes.
Of course.
Right. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much for calling. That's really nice. 0913-6000-410. Let's take more submissions on the matters at hand. Hello, good morning to you. Please turn down the volume on your radio. I don't even know what that is. Hello.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning to you, sir.
This is Tigilogudele from Ijegun.
All right.
All this grammar cannot solve our problem unless action. Then, we on the street, we have a lot to blame ourselves. Why do we let the food come in? You just beg Mr. President, lock the border, but tame the herders. Whose market is selling? We make law. Everything we want is from America. America will continue to increase the dollar for us. This is the sickness Nigeria have. Please, if we can feed ourselves inside internally, then production of other things, like Ajaokuta has rightly said by one of my friends, how many years now that Ajaokuta has been there? During the time of this labor union, spoil our refinery. The refinery cannot put into work. Electricity started from the during soldiers' lifetime. Since that time, we cannot put it in other thing now. If we cannot do all those things, then we want America to come and give us life. Why are they not going to increase dollar for us? Let us do the thing in the home before Mr. President or the lowest end, the herders. This is what I want you to do for them. Tell them, stop killing our farmers. If farmers cannot go to work, we cannot feed ourselves. Then we expect corn from Ghana. So let me tell them, if you kill farmers again, we will prosecute you. Put end to farmers' death in the hand of herdsmen. Please, we don't need more than this. All the wrong steps they have been taking, calling it palliative, is wasteful spending. I remove fuel subsidy. Okay, give me 3 months. I will do our own refinery. Call us back from abroad. Come and do our refinery. Anything more than that? Thank you.
Thank you very much for calling.
I'm 17 now. I know what I'm saying.
Thank you. Hello. Hello. All right. Try to make it back. Hello. Good morning to you. Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Good morning.
Yeah, Baba, good morning.
Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Yes. Please, I just want, first of all, I want to address our president, our honorable president. A country where they continue to have fluctuation of their currency is going to a failed stage. That is what Nigeria is going to now.
people is talking about Venezuela, you know, they are not joking. Because they are making jest of us. Our currency is nowhere to stand. So Mr. President will come out and, you know, advise and talk to the people of Nigeria. This is not the country we all pray for. Because this is the country God has endowed for us. We don't have any other country. This is where our father born us. It is not God made at all. I don't know the miracle that is there. The president does not find it for product, for in-house availability, for local production. The issue of importation will go down. Mr. Fᴜʟᴏ, what brought about some of his message, these people know what they are doing, is to ⴜᴜvᴜ is to enslave us, and that's exactly what is happening. Everybody is talking. The president is sitting down there. Come out and talk to the people of Nigeria.
Thank you.
Have a nice day.
Have a better one. Thank you so much for calling. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning to you, sir.
Mr. Fuad, good morning.
Morning, sir.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you. And I really appreciate everybody talking this morning, and it's really sounding better. If we can realize that we are moving on the wrong direction, the earlier we turn back to the right direction. But I don't think our leaders are moving to this side. They still believe they are on the right direction. That's why you see them take all this chasing of shadows all around, because they still believe they are right. They have never think that they are wrong on any of the direction they are taking. And we don't know where this thing is taking us to. I think some of us know where it's taking us to, but we don't want to say it because it might sound like we are any cost on the country. But the truth is said, people are only talking of the food. Okay, let farmers go back to the farmers. What of the drugs? What of other things that are going expensive? It's not all about food though, but the policy itself. When we are saying of subsidy, you can't go after people that are making subsidy look like a scam, and you want to now remove the subsidy to make more money. And I said that those people will not still lose back the same money you are trying to make. Go after all those corrupt people. Let's first tackle corruption. Then any other thing you want to do. Even the dollar stuff we are talking about. If we can tackle corruption to the barest minimum, I'm telling you, any policy will work in this country. But make a policy. Some people are waiting for that policy. They are looking for the loophole to sabotage that policy because of their corrupt act. So it will not favor anybody as long as it's not favoring them.
Thank you.
That's what we are going through in this country.
Thank you very much for calling. Bless you too. Thank you. To WhatsApp now. Good morning, Mainland Radio. Stevie Kelu from Maryland says, Sage, the real issue is that this President Tinubu-led government is thoroughly overwhelmed by the enormous problem on ground. Management of Nigeria is quite different from the Lagos magic. If care is not taken now, a dollar will be 2,000 naira by December. The only way out is to ban the use of dollar in the country. Steve Ikelu from Maryland sends that message. We have here, good morning, Madam Sage and Mr. Fuad. It's quite unfortunate that the president has recruited a lot of people into his cabinet based on political patronage, family members and associates who have nothing to offer in their respective ministries, parastatals and agency. The Nigerian Naira will continue to lose value because of mismanagement, economy and high-level corruption. Let Mr. President reverse the fuel subsidy removal, fix insecurity and light. Immediately, the big men are arrested and prosecuted for their wrongdoings. The price of goods and the Naira will be stabilized. Fuad, please, if you can, in a minute, address this. The president has one of the largest cabinets that we've seen in a while, but it seems like there's like an idea deficit. We have more people, less innovation, and this person is highlighting it as one of the primary causes of the problems we're in right now and the policies.
You know, there's this popular saying, 2 words are better now. Like people would always say, President Olusegun Obasanjo in 1999 assembled some of the best, brightest, and Fᴜᴜ, the man at the African Development Bank. Some of the policies we are battling with now were not thought through. It was just really about thinking through some of these policies, you know, and how to properly implement them, and of course plan for what will come out of the implementation of the policy. It was already done. There was really no plan. And that's the consequence we are battling with.
Yeah, so Professor Yusuf in that voice note even said that he made these decisions without even consulting. You did not have a cabinet. So how did you...
Look, even he himself
stakeholder
said that
meeting did not happen.
Even his people at that time were shocked that he made that statement, because it was not even part of
not part of the speech.
You know, so it would have been nice to... look, I keep referring to the late Chief MK Abiola. The same question was asked, you know, when he was campaigning to become president. I said, look, the problem in the oil sector will require that I get into power first. Look, every time I keep asking the NNPC, let me see your balance sheet, let me see your figures, and I have those figures to work with. So I can't take a decision until I become president, and I can compel them to now open up their books. At that time, I can make an informed decision. Our president didn't wait to have all of that information before jumping into these two policies.
Well, we have more messages on here. Good morning to you, Fuad and Sage. I'm Pastor Sunday from Magboro. Let me tell everyone who cares to listen that it's not only the cost of living that is very high. Even the cost of burying the dead is on the high side. The Naira's fall is affecting everything. Nigerian leaders cannot ban dollar because they are benefiting from it. God will restore Nigeria's lost glory in his own time. Pastor Sunday from Magboro, thank you very much. We appreciate your optimism in the face of all of this. We have a message here. I apologize. Oga Fuad, I'm sorry if I got the spelling wrong. No, it's fine. The Lord will bless and keep you for speaking the minds of Nigerians. Honestly, the country is not in a very good place. Thank you very much. We have another one here. Hello, Milan FM. Permit me to start with the proverb, what goes around comes around. The former president, Goodluck Jonathan, tried to remove subsidy on fuel at 140 naira to a litre. But this same group of people kicked against it now. So the country is in a problem because this president wants his name in the Guinness Book of Record as the one that removed the fuel subsidy. My greatest surprise is when the EFCC went about arresting the Bureau de Change. Is that the solution? With the look of things, it seems the president may likely not be able to do Nigeria like he did Lagos. My reason is because cement, which is 850 when he was governor, and he was used to build the state. Under his watch, it has jumped to about 5,000 to 13,000 naira. Okay, this person just goes on to highlight the changes in the prices of commodity at this time. Thank you very much. We appreciate you. And okay, this person deleted their message. I don't know why they did that, but thank you very much for your messages. I don't know if we can take any more phone calls. Okay, let's just do one and wrap things up with Facebook.
Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Good morning, sir.
It's Hussein. I'm calling from Kushope.
Welcome, Hussein.
Yeah, I'm just almost every day here for this country. More especially when I remember what happened to Zimbabwe, recently in Sri Lanka. You will see we are having similar problems with the way things are going in Nigeria now. Because our Naira is just, going to the way the currency of those countries went into at that time before their financial problems first started. Just like Zimbabwe, for more than 20 years now, up to now, they have not yet solved that problem. And I believe Mr. President, as an accountant, his vice president as a banker, people will just expect they are going to, get different ways that the way they are going now to solve this problem. But they and their team, I don't know if they have, lost everything. Just they cannot do anything. They are just looking helpless as we are heading towards all these 4 countries. And the solution is very easy. If they can call other economies, we have other people who have been in that position before, who solve problems before. Why not call them? Feed me just to look for solutions. That doesn't mean that, you cannot call someone who passed through similar situation and solve the problem before. I remember.
Thank you very much. We're actually out of time. We appreciate you. Let me just take a few messages on Facebook and then we'll call it a wrap. Basil Chika on Facebook says it's no longer a question or hidden that this government needs urgent help, but pride and arrogance will not allow them to seek the intervention from financial experts that we have in time past. I heard the president's son, Sheyi Tinubu, yesterday asking for patience from Nigerians without himself supporting the extravagant lifestyle, and for him to further tell the father to cost the cost of governance as well. Not to worry. Yesterday it was in Ibadan. Today, who knows? Yeah, I think this person is referencing the protest that happened in Ibadan. Yes. We have another one here. The World says the first step the president needs to take is to reverse the hasty policies that he implemented. He would have to put... Okay, I think I read this message already. Thank you very much for your submission. Forward in a minute if you'd like to say something.
Again, a lot has been said. I hope that the government is listening. This is not the time to be arrogant. There's no arrogance when it comes to dealing with the lives of the people. It's about listening to the voices of wisdom. It's about listening to the cries of the people and doing something quickly to address the lingering problem. Again, if we don't have the capacity to tell them, I'm sure they would have been listening to what the elders in the north are saying.
Yes.
If the Emir of Kano can send his wife to the president, and then of course the Sultan of Sokoto also spoke on behalf of that emirs, I think the president should listen. He needs to listen now. This is the time for the president to listen and be very practical about how to solve the problem. And I'm hoping that he's not going to be listening to the governors. You know,
and special advisors that are saying we're exaggerating the problem.
No. I think Mr. Bayo Onanuga is missing it completely. You know, some of us are shocked as to what has suddenly happened to Mr. Bayo Onanuga. We knew him when he was what you call guerrilla journalism, when he was with the news magazine. Those were the guys that fought the army, the military guys to a standstill, even during the dark days of the Abacha government. But now he's in government and the narrative is completely different, and some of us are shocked. But again, maybe he's just trying to do his job to, but again, in doing your job, one would expect that some level of wisdom comes into it. Right. But again, we hope that the president will listen and do something to reduce the sovereign in the land.
Indeed. Well, thank you very much for that. Thank you to all of our callers and those who sent messages. We appreciate your commitment to the program every single day, and we hope that this commitment spreads across all the other shows that we have lined up for your listening pleasure across the entire day. My name is Sage Babalola. We're going to go on a commercial break right now, but at 10 a.m. we'll be back for more conversations, but this time we'll be focusing on the international community. A lot of interesting things are happening there, and we want to keep you up to speed so that you can understand and maybe even compare the reality of these other countries to our current situation in the country at this time. The Morning Express continues. This is Mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos.
Mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos.
Regulation Coordinating Committee FSRCC, in collaboration with the National Broadcasting Commission NBC, wishes to draw the attention of the public to the worrisome increase in the activities of illegal financial operators (IFOs), which threaten public trust and the stability of the Nigerian financial system. The FSRCC and NBC hereby advises the general public to refrain from dealing with unlicensed financial operators who deceive individuals with unrealistically high investment returns. Make sure to verify the licensing status of such companies and schemes on this website. To report any suspicions of illicit financial activities, call 0700 225 5226, 0800 225 5226, or +234 817 665 6273. Let's work together to uphold the integrity of Nigeria.